simple pendulum time period formula is potential energy in the spring. That means mgh how much? Now to find where the velocities becomes infinity number is nothing but a by 1 minus. Hi students, welcome to my channel Doctor's Physics. In today's video, we are going to solve few problems in motion of a charged particle in uniform electric field and the electric field due to a point charge. Okay, now we'll see the first problem. See this question. This is the diagram they gave. A block of mass m and charge q is suspended with a spring of spring constant k, and the initial length is L. Now they applied electric field. Now they told to find the maximum separation between the mass and the wall. Find the separation of the point mass and the wall at the equilibrium position. Here first question they told to find the maximum separation. Now equilibrium position. Now find the energy stored in the spring at equilibrium position at the of the point mass. Okay, now see here. Before solving this problem, we'll solve a small problem. Now see here. This is a spring of mass m. Spring constant k. Initially the length is L. Initial length of the spring is L. Natural length is L. Now when I left it slowly, now the block will extend by small displacement x, elongation x, and it will be stopping here. Why it will stop here? Because the body now it became equilibrium. Because the upward force is because of spring force, that is k, elongation is x, therefore kx, and what is the downward force, that is m into g. When I left the body slowly, the body will stop when the body attains equilibrium. That means upward force kx because of the spring, downward force mg, that is due to the gravitational force. That means when kx is equal to mg, the body comes to the equilibrium. What is the elongation? The x is the elongation, that is mg by k. Okay, well done, good. This one when I left it slowly. Okay, when I left it suddenly, the body will come to equilibrium position. But unfortunately here it is having some velocity. Therefore the body won't stop here. The body will again go down somewhere here. Now here, when they told to find this is a maximum separation. Now this is the x. This is a maximum separation. The maximum separation we will get when the potential energies are equal. That means what is the potential energy? When the spring is elongated by x, what is the potential energy in the spring? That is half k x square. Now downward force is mg, but what is the gravitational potential energy? The body came down by displacement x, therefore the gravitational potential energy is mgh. See here, initially the body is having some gravitational potential energy. This gravitational potential energy is converted into the potential energy in the spring. That means mgh is equal to half k x square. X is nothing, h is nothing but here x. Therefore x mg is equal to half kx, therefore x is equal to mg by k. This is maximum separation and this is the separation at equilibrium. At equilibrium, the body will be attaining some equilibrium position. That means upward force is equal to downward force. I have to equate the forces. But they have to find the maximum separation. This is the maximum separation. That means at this point, that means the potential energy of the body in the form of gravitational potential energy will convert into the potential energy in the spring. That means half kx must be equal to mgx. Then I will got the elongation is 2mg by k. This is a maximum separation. This is a maximum elongation. Now we'll use the same concept here. Now see here. Okay, now see here. A block of mass m, charge q with a spring and the initial length is L. Now when I apply some electric field E bar, this is a charge. When I place any charge in the electric field, there will be some force on the charge. The force is E into Q. Now they will try to find the maximum separation. When I will get the maximum separation, I will get the maximum separation when I am equating the potential energies. Now see here. Now this I assume this block is elongating by small displacement x. Now when it is displaced, when it is moved by small x, that means the elongation of the spring is x. Now what is the potential energy of the spring? The potential energy of the spring is half kx square. Now, why the potential energy in the spring came? From where the potential energy came? The potential energy came from the work done by the electric field. Now see here, and because of the electric field, the block is moving in this direction. That means there is some work done by the electric field. That work done by the electric field is converting to the potential energy in the spring. That means what is the work done by the electric field? That is EQ is the force into displacement is x. Therefore, is equal to EQ into x. Therefore, x cancelled out. What is elongation? That is 2 EQ by k. This is the maximum elongation in the spring. Now, what is the maximum separation? Already there is separation L. Now with that x. Therefore, what is the maximum separation? That is L plus 2 EQ by x. This is the maximum separation of the wall and the block when I make it in the potential energies. Okay, well and good. Now next one. Find the separation of the mass at equilibrium position. When equilibrium position, assume the elongation is some x. This side the force is kx because of the spring force. The elongation is x. Therefore, the spring force is kx. And this side the force is because of the electric field. That is the force. That is E into Q. When these two forces are equal, then the body will be in equilibrium. Therefore, EQ must be equal to kx. Therefore, x is equal to EQ by k. That is elongation when the body is in equilibrium position. What is separation? The separation already is there is some L. What is separation? That is L plus EQ by k. That is the separation between the wall and the block when the body is in equilibrium position. Well and good. That means I equated the forces here. Now I equated the potential energies here. Okay, well and good. Now, what is the energy stored in the spring at equilibrium position? What is the equilibrium position? At equilibrium position, the displacement is x. Therefore, elongation in the spring is x. Therefore, what is that? EQ by k is the elongation in the spring. At this point, what is the potential energy? The potential energy is half k x square. Therefore, half into what is the k? K is self k. What is x? X is nothing but EQ by k whole square. Therefore, what is the answer? E square q square by 2k. That is the potential energy stored in the spring when the body is in equilibrium position. When the body is in equilibrium position. E square q square by 2k. That is the potential energy stored in the spring when the body is in equilibrium position. When they told to find the maximum separation equal the potential energies. The work done by the electric field, that is EQ, that is the force into displacement x, is converted into the potential energy in the spring. That is half kx square is equal to EQx. Now this is a maximum elongation, therefore maximum separation is L plus 2 EQ by x. At equilibrium position, this side the force is EQ, that side the force is spring force, that is kx. Therefore kx is equal to EQ, therefore x I got as EQ by k. That is the elongation in the spring. That is elongation in the spring when the body is in equilibrium. Therefore maximum separation, the separation is L plus EQ by k. Now this is potential energy. Keep this kx here, now we get the potential energy. I think this question is clear. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, see this question. A block of mass m having a charge q is kept on a frictionless surface at a distance L from the wall, and it is kept in a uniform electric field E. Now what will happen? Now see here. This is a block of mass m having a charge q and it is placed in uniform electric field. What will happen? There will be some force in. Whenever a charge is placed in uniform electric field, there will be a force on it. What is the force? F is equal to E into Q. Now what is the acceleration? The force is equal to E into Q. What is the acceleration? Acceleration is EQ by M. That means this block will start to move with an acceleration A. That means that with an acceleration A. What is the acceleration value? Acceleration value is EQ by M. Okay, well and good. Now I got the acceleration. Now the body is a distance L from the wall. Now whenever the body is moving from here to here, what is the displacement? L. The body is moving with a uniform velocity. Initial the velocity is 0. Finally here the velocity is v. Well and good. Now what's the time taken by the body to move from here to here? The time taken by the body to move from here to the wall is, what is that? Assume it is t1. I don't know. Therefore s is equal to ut plus half at square. Therefore what is s? S is nothing but L. L is equal to, what is initial velocity? Initial velocity is 0 plus half into what is acceleration? Acceleration is EQ by M into t square. Therefore what is the time? Time is t square is equal to 2Lm by EQ. Therefore the time taken by the body to move from here to here, that means to the wall, before collision, the time taken by the body to collide is how much? Root of 2Lm by EQ. That is the time taken by the body to collide the wall. Once it is collided, what will happen? The body is colliding with a velocity v. See here, initial velocity is 0, the body is having uniform acceleration. Slowly the body is having acceleration. Therefore slowly the velocity gradually increases, and the time of collision, the velocity of the body is v. Now it is having a perfectly elastic collision. That means if I throw a body with a velocity v, I will get the body with the same velocity v because it is a perfect elastic collision. That means the body is bouncing back with the same velocity v. Now when the body is bouncing back with the same velocity v and having the same acceleration, therefore the body will come back slowly and here the velocity becomes 0 again. The body is starting with the initial velocity and having a maximum velocity. Again the body will collide. Again the body will rebound and here the velocity v. Again the velocity gradually decreases because once the body is moving this side, this is the velocity v, but the acceleration is like this. Both are in opposite direction. Therefore, slowly the velocity will decrease, and finally the velocity will become 0 at this point. The time taken by the body to move from here to there is t. Again, the time taken by the body to move from here to here it is t. Therefore, what is the time of collision? T. What is the time of rebounds? Again, to come back to the original position, t. What is the time of oscillation? Oscillation is nothing but to moving from here to there, again to come back. That is nothing but oscillation. What is the time period? The time period of the oscillation is nothing but 2 into t. That is nothing but 2 into root of 2 Lm by E Q. That is the time period of the oscillation. Well done, good. Now what is the force? The force is E into Q. Now what is the acceleration? Acceleration is EQ by EM. Okay, well done, good. That is the acceleration of the body. Now they told to find whether it is SHM or not. What is the condition for the SHM? The condition for the SHM is A must be directly proportional to minus of displacement. Acceleration must be directly proportional to minus of displacement. When this is satisfied, then only it is a SHM. But here, the A is independent of x. There is no x term here. Therefore, A is in acceleration is independent of x. Therefore, this oscillation is not a SHM. For an SHM, this has to be satisfied, but this is not satisfied here. Therefore, this oscillation is not an SHM. This is simply an oscillation having a time period 2 into root of 2 Lm by EQ. But there is not a SHM. I think this question is clear. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, see this question. The time period of a simple pendulum is 4 seconds. When the electric field is applied, the time period is 2 seconds. That means the time period is decreasing. Well and good. Now find the charge of the bob. The mass of the bob is 10 kg. And the electric field they gave us 10 newtons per coulomb. Now see here. The time period of the simple pendulum is given by the formula time period t is equal to 2 pi root of L by G net. There is nothing but acceleration net. Net acceleration acting on the bob. Okay. Now they give 4 seconds. That means I am assuming it as T1. T1 is inversely proportional to root of G. When there is no electric field, that means the only acceleration is acceleration due to gravity. At that time, the time period is T1. Now when they applied this electric field, there will be some force downwards. What is that? Force is equal to E into Q. What is the acceleration? The acceleration is EQ by M. That means the net acceleration when they applied the electric field, what is the net acceleration? The net acceleration is already there is G plus this acceleration, that is EQ by M. No, the time period T2 is directly proportional to inversely proportional to G plus EQ by M. Now they gave this one as 4 seconds and this one as 2 seconds. Now they told to find the value of charge. Now use that 4 by 2 is equal to root of G plus EQ by M by root of G. Just I am dividing this one with this, that's all. There is nothing but 2 is equal to root of G plus what is E value? E value is 10. Charge I don't know, I have to find it. By what is the mass? Mass they gave us 10 by G. Therefore squaring on both sides, what you will get? If I square on both sides, 4 is equal to G plus 10 cancelled off. Q by G. Therefore 4G is equal to G plus Q. Therefore Q is equal to 3G. There is nothing but G value you can assume it as 10. Therefore 30 coulombs. Therefore the charge present on the bob is how much? Q is equal to 30 coulombs. See, whenever there is some electric field, then the net acceleration acting on the charged body will be different. It is now G plus EQ by M. This acceleration is due to the electric field. If the electric field is upwards, then it is G minus EQ by M. Then the time period will increase. But in this case, the electric field is downwards, therefore the time period is decreasing. Okay, I think this question is clear. The time period is inversely proportional to the acceleration, root of acceleration. If acceleration is increasing, then time period will decrease. I think this question is clear. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, see this question. A point charge 50 microcoulombs is located at a point 2i cap plus 3j cap. Find the electric field at a point with a position vector 8i cap minus 5j cap. Now see here, this is the origin and there is a point charge. What is a point charge? This is a point charge 50 microcoulombs. And this position vector R1 they gave us how much? 2i cap plus 3j cap. Okay, well and good. Now they told to find the electric field with a position vector 8i cap minus 5j cap. That means somewhere here. This is the position vector R2. They gave us 8i cap. How much? 8i cap minus 5j cap. Well and good. Now they told to find the electric field at this point. That's all. Now see here. Now what is this vector R bar? What is R bar? See here, this is a point charge 50 microcoulombs, and if I want to find the electric field at this point, what is the electric field? It is a positive charge. Therefore, electric field will be always in this direction, away from the positive charge. That means this is a direction. Therefore, this is a charge and this is a direction. Now what is R bar? Use a triangle law. R1 bar plus R bar must be equal to R2 bar. Therefore, what is R bar? R bar is nothing but R2 bar minus R1 bar. Now, use it. What is R2? 8i cap minus 5j cap minus of 2i cap plus 3j cap. Now, what is R bar? 8i minus 2 is nothing but 6i cap minus 5 minus 3 is nothing but minus 8j cap. Now, I got the R bar. Well and good. Now, they told to find the electric field at this point. The electric field at this point because of this charge. Therefore, electric field is given by E bar is equal to KQ by R square into R cap. KQ R square into R cap. Or I can write it as KQ R cap I can write as R bar by mod R. The same formula I can use. That means R cube into R bar. When it is square, it is cap. When it is cube, it is vector. So what is the value of K? 9 into 10 power 9. What is the value of charge? 50 microcoulombs. 50 into 10 power minus 6. By what is the distance? R bar is how much? 6i cap minus 8j cap. What is mod R? Mod R is nothing but root of 6 square plus 8 square. There is nothing but 36 plus 64. There is nothing but root of 100. There is nothing but 10. 10 square is 10 cube is 1000 into R cap, R bar. That is nothing but 6i cap minus 8j cap. Now solve it. 9 5s are 45. 10 power 9, 10 power minus 5. Therefore 10 power 4 by 1000 into 6i cap minus 8j cap. Nothing but 450 6i cap minus 8j cap. These answers. The electric field of 50 microcoulombs at this point is 450 into 6i cap minus 8j cap. This is a vector. The electric field is a vector quantity. Therefore, I got in a vector form. I think this question is clear. First of all, I have to find the position vector. The position vector is nothing but R2 bar minus R1 bar. Now I got it. Mod R is nothing but 10. Now what is electric field? KQ by R square into R cap or KQ by R cube into R bar. If it is cap, it is R square. If it is bar, then it is R cube. Now just keep the values, you will get the answer. Therefore, the electric field at this point is 450 into 6i cap minus 8j cap. I think this question is clear. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, see this question. A point charge Q is placed at origin. Well and good. EA, EB, EC are the electric field at 3 points A, B, C. They go the coordinates. At that point, electric fields are A, EB and EC because of this charge. Okay, well and good. Now, then give the possible relations between the above electric fields. Now, what we can do? What are the possible relationships between them? Now, see here. OA. What is OA? OA is nothing but the position vector. What is the position vector? I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. Well and good. What is OB? OB is nothing but I cap plus j cap minus k cap. What is OC? OC is nothing but 2i cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. These are the position vectors of A, B and C points. Okay, well and good. Now, first of all, you have to find is there any relation between them. What is the relation between OA and OB? Observe carefully. If I do the dot product of OA and OB, observe carefully, what I will get? How much? OA into OB, dot product. 1 into 1 is 1, plus 2 into 1 is 2, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. There is nothing but 0. The dot product is 0. What is the meaning of that? If the dot product is 0, then the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. That means OA bar is perpendicular to OB bar. That means the electric field A bar is perpendicular to the electric field EB bar. Now I got one relation. That means the electric field EA and EB both are perpendicular to each other because the dot product is 0. If the dot product is 0, that means the vectors are perpendicular. If the vectors are perpendicular, that means the electric field is perpendicular to both each other. That means A bar is perpendicular to EB bar. Now I got the first relation, well and good. Now what is the magnitude of OA? The magnitude of OA is root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. How much? 1 plus 4 plus 9. How much? 9 plus 1 is 10, 14. Okay, now what is OB? The magnitude of OB is 1 plus means 1 square plus 1 plus 1 square plus 1 square. That is nothing 1 plus 1 plus 1. That is nothing but root 3. Now what is OC? 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. There is nothing but 4 plus 4 plus 4. That means nothing but 12. 12 I can write as, how can I write the 12? 4 into 3. That is nothing but 2 root 3. Now, if you observe carefully, what is the relation between OB and OC? OB, modulus of OB, 2 into modulus of OB is nothing but OC. OC is 2 into root 3. Root 3 is how much? OB. Therefore, OC is nothing but 2 into OB. Well and good. Now, what is electric field? The electric field is inversely proportional to R square. If the distance is increasing, then electric field will decrease. Therefore, EB, OC is greater. That means the distance is greater. OC is greater means the electric field at point C is less. Therefore, EB, electric field at point B, is equal to 2 times of electric field at point C, and it is square, R square. Therefore, 2 square is 4. Therefore, the magnitude of electric field at point B is equal to 4 times of magnitude of electric field at point C. Therefore, simply see here, EB by EC. EB by EC is nothing but R C square by RB square. What is RC? RC is nothing but OC. OC is how much? 2 OB whole square by RB is nothing but OB. OB whole square. There is nothing but 4. Therefore, EB is equal to 4 into EC. Therefore, the another relation we got is the electric field at point B is equal to 4 times of electric field at point C. This is one more relation. This is one of the previous IIT question. More than one option question. They gave this one as a more than one option question. These two are right. Question is very easy, but little bit logical. You have to see what are the relations between them. Finding the relations is here the main thing. Now I got the relations. These two perpendicular. Therefore I got A bar perpendicular to EB bar. Well and good. Now here I got the distance. OB is half of the OC. If OB is half of the OC, then electric field at OB is 4 times the electric field at C. Now I got that. I think these are two relations what we can get from this question. I think this question is clear. Please remember this previous IIT question. Okay, now we'll see one more question. Okay, see this question. Infinite number of charges are placed at a distance of 1, 2, 4, 8 meters from the origin. That means this is the origin, and one charge is placed at 1, and second charge is placed at 2, and the third charge is placed at 4, and the next one is at 8, and so on. The charges are, and they told if the charges are alternatively positive and negative. Now what I have to do? Same. Positive and negative. That means it is Q, it is minus Q. It is plus Q and it is minus Q, and so on. Now they told to find the electric field at origin. Okay, now what is electric field at origin? Electric field is equal to K. Electric field is nothing but simply the vector sum of all the electric fields because of all the charges. That means E bar is nothing but E1 bar plus E2 bar plus E3 bar plus E4 bar, so on. Therefore, what is E1 bar? E1 bar is nothing but a charge, the electric field due to the first charge. That is it. K Q by, what is the distance? The distance is nothing but from origin to this charge. What is the distance? 1. Therefore, 1 square plus K, this charge is minus Q. By what is the distance? The distance is 2. 2 square is 4. Plus K Q by what is the distance? 4. That means 4 square is 16 minus K Q by 8 square is 64 plus so on. Therefore, now I am taking KQ common. If I take KQ common, what I will get? 1 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16 minus 1 by 64, so on. What is nothing but KQ? 1 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 into, okay, I can do like this. 1 into 1 by minus 1 by 4 whole square. Can I do it like the minus 1 by 4 whole square is nothing but 1 by 16 only. Now plus 1 into 1 minus 1 by 4 whole cube. 4 cube is nothing but 64 minus 1 by 64 plus so on. Now this is in the form of geometric progressions. Therefore, what is the first term? The first term is equal to 1. What is the common ratio? The common ratio is nothing but r is equal to minus 1 by 4 and it is still infinity. Therefore, what is the sum of infinity geometric progression series? It is nothing but KQ. The sum of infinity numbers is nothing but a by 1 minus r. What is a? A is 1. 1 minus r is minus 1 by 4. How much? 1 by 1 plus 1 by 4. Nothing but 5, 4 by 5. Therefore, KQ 4 by 5. The answer is 4 by 5 K into Q. That is a resultant electric field. That is the answer. I think the question is clear. See here, the electric field at any point is simply the vector sum of all the vectors. It is simply the vector sum of all electric fields acting at that point because of all the charges. Now because of the first charge it is E1, because of the second charge it is E2, because of third charge it is E3, so on. Sum of them like till infinity. Now I am taking KQ common. If I take KQ common, K is the constant and Q is the charge. Now I will get 1 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16 minus 1 by 64. Now it is in the form of geometric progressions. The first term is 1 and the common ratio I got as minus 1 by 4. Simply till infinity. That means sum of geometric progressions till infinity. The formula is a by 1 minus r. Now I got 4 by 5. So what is the answer? The whole term answer is 4 by 5. Therefore, what is the final answer? The electric field is 4 by 5 kq. I think this question is clear. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, see this question. A particle of charge q and mass m moves under the acceleration alpha minus beta x, where x is the distance. That means the electric field is not a uniform electric field. The electric field change with respect to the displacement. Now, the particle is initially at rest. Find the amplitude of the oscillation, find the mean position of the particle, find the maximum acceleration of the particle. Okay, now how can I solve this problem? Now see here. It's a very simple question, observe carefully. What is the acceleration? The acceleration is EQ by m. What is E? E is nothing but alpha minus beta x by m into q. Now what is acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but what is acceleration? Acceleration is dv by dt. It's nothing but I can write as dv by dx into dx by dt. I am multiplying, dividing with the dx and dx. Therefore, dx by dt is nothing but velocity. Therefore, acceleration is nothing but velocity into dv by dx. If I place v into dv by dx in place of acceleration, then I will get a relation between the velocity and the displacement. Therefore, instead of acceleration, I am keeping v into dv by dx. Now cross multiply, what you will get? What you will get? Alpha minus beta x into q into dx by m is equal to v into dv. Now start doing integration. If I start doing integration, what you will get? The integration of v is v square by 2 must be equal to what is integration of alpha minus beta x by m. If I do integration, what I will get? Alpha minus beta, so first I will separate these terms. Alpha q by m into dx minus beta x q by m into dx. Now what is integration of this alpha q by m? These all are constants. Therefore nothing but alpha q x by m minus x is there. Therefore x square by 2 is integration. Therefore beta q by m x square by 2. Therefore nothing but take the common. What I can take common? M I can take common. Q I can take common. Now x I can take common. Therefore alpha minus beta x by 2. That is v square by 2. Therefore, if I remove 2 here, I will get 2 here. If I remove square, I will get root here. Now I got the velocity of the body. The velocity of the body is changing with respect to the x. Now when they told to find the amplitude, what is the meaning of amplitude? This is the mean position of the body. These are extreme positions. The amplitude of the body is nothing but the distance between the mean position and the extreme positions. Now at extreme positions, the velocity of the body is 0. At extreme position, the velocity of the body is 0 and the acceleration is maximum. Here the acceleration is maximum. At mean position, the velocity of the body is maximum and the acceleration becomes 0. That is the meaning of an oscillation. I think everyone knows this. At extreme positions, the velocity becomes 0, acceleration is maximum. At mean position, the velocity is maximum, but the acceleration will be 0. And the amplitude is distance between the mean position and the extreme position. That means this is the amplitude. Now I have to find where the velocities become 0. Now that means keep v is equal to 0. If I keep v is equal to 0, what you will get? If I keep v is equal to 0, then I will get the extreme positions. Now v is equal to 0. Therefore, if I keep v is equal to 0, what you will get? 2 root x by m into alpha minus beta x by 2 under root is equal to 0. Therefore, if I remove the square root, what will happen? Equal to 0. Now 2 cube by m, these are also constant. If I can remove them. Therefore, when this will become x? When either x is equal to 0 or when x is equal to, when alpha minus beta x by 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, how much? X is equal to alpha, beta by 2, x is equal to alpha. That's nothing but beta x is equal to 2 alpha, x is equal to 2 alpha by beta. The velocity of the body becomes 0 when x is equal to 0 or when x is equal to 2 alpha by beta. That means that x is equal to 0 is initial one of the extreme position. And this position is x is equal to alpha by beta. Now what is the mean position? The mean position is exactly half of it. That means the mean position is 2 alpha by beta plus 0 by 2. There is nothing but alpha by beta. That is the mean position. That means the mean position is at a alpha by beta position. Okay, well and good. Now I got all the things. Now everything I got. Now what they told to find? They told to find the amplitude. What is the meaning of amplitude? The amplitude is nothing but distance between the extreme position and the mean position. What is the distance? 0 alpha by beta. What is the amplitude? The amplitude I will get as how much? Alpha by beta. Well and good. I got the amplitude, that is alpha by beta. Now what is the mean position of the particle? What is the mean position of the particle? I got how much? The mean position of the particle is alpha by beta. Even that one also I got. Now what is the maximum acceleration of the particle? Okay, what is the maximum acceleration of the particle? When I will get the maximum acceleration, I will get the maximum acceleration when the body is at extreme position. That means at x is equal to 0 or at x is equal to 2 alpha by beta. That means what is acceleration? Acceleration is EQ by m. There is nothing but what is E? Alpha minus beta x into Q by m. When this will be maximum at A is maximum at x is equal to 0. If I keep x is equal to 0, then I will get the maximum acceleration. Keep x is equal to 0. If I keep x is equal to 0, what is acceleration? Alpha minus beta x. This will become 0. Therefore, alpha q by m. This is the maximum acceleration of the body. I think this is clear. First one, first of all, find the acceleration you got. Now, the acceleration is nothing but v into dv by dx. Now, find the relation of v in terms of x. Now I got the v in terms of x. Now the velocity becomes 0 at extreme positions. Now if you keep v is equal to 0, I will get the positions of x where the velocity becomes 0. That means that if I got the two values of x, these two values are the extreme positions of the oscillation. Now what is the mean position? Extreme position, one I got 2 alpha by beta, another one I got 0. Now what is the mean position? That means sum of these 2 by 2. That is nothing but alpha by beta is the mean position. What is the amplitude? The amplitude is the distance between these two. That is how much? Alpha by beta. The amplitude is alpha by beta. The mean position is alpha by beta. Maximum acceleration. Acceleration is maximum when x is equal to 0. Keep x is equal to 0, you will get the maximum acceleration is alpha q by m. You got all the three quantities. I think the question is clear. Okay, now we will see the next question. See this question. They told that the left charge q nearer to the positive plate and they left freely. The initial velocity of the body, is 0. Now, the electric field between the two plates is 10 newtons per coulomb and the charge is 10 coulombs and the mass is 2 kg. Now, they told to find, they told that it collides with a negative plate with a velocity 100 meters per second. Now, they told to find the distance between the plates. That means they told to find the assume d. Now, what is the acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but EQ by m. What is E? E is nothing but they gave us 10. What is the Q? Q they gave us 10. What is the mass? The mass they gave us 2. Therefore 100 by 2. There is nothing but 50 meters per second square is acceleration. Okay, I got the acceleration. Now initially the velocity is 0. Now the final velocity they gave us 100 meters per second. Now what equation I can use? V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Final velocity is 100 meters per second. 100 square is equal to what is initial velocity? 0. Plus 2 into what is the acceleration? Acceleration I got 50 by s into s. S is nothing but the distance between the plates. Therefore, that is d. Therefore, 100 into 100 by 2 into 50 is equal to d. Therefore, how much? 2 into 50 is 100. 100 cancelled off. What is the d? D is nothing but 100 meters. For the distance between the two plates is 100 meters. If the distance between the two plates is 100 meters, then the body will reach here with a velocity 100 meters per second. I think this question is clear. Okay, by this we'll end up this video. And if you guys have any doubt, it may be from 11th class, it may be from 12th class, please mention my mail and my WhatsApp number which is in the description. Within 24 hours, all your doubts will be clarified. Thank you.